Hello, welcome back to Premiere. So what we're going to do today is going to look at transitions. So transitions is this button over here. And let's put it back to the other one. So I've done a few things. I did a good video on titles recently where I used keyframes for the first time. Not for the first time, but the first time I actually made a video about it. And I want to carry on doing stuff. But to show transitions, I thought I probably should have an actual video that I've made. So this was a video I made yesterday on a mod called Combustive Fishing. It's pretty simple for me to edit because there wasn't too much to it really. But there are like various transitions in the edit. So you can see here there's a quite sharp transition from the nether into the overworld. So this is not something I actually did on the video, but just like in future I may try and obviously improve things, so we can try and improve it now. Obviously I can't do anything about it with the actual video, but it's on this video, so like I say. Look at transitions, like there are audio transitions, not too much really. If we just show all, it doesn't, oh yeah, it actually does have all of them. Let's go through the categories then. So it's 3D motion, cube spin. What I might do is should we just go through like, I'll go through like a fair amount of them. We'll just go down the list and then we'll see like what transition, what options we get and stuff like that. Okay, so I didn't even realize, how did I manage to do that? Oh, if you click on it, it does give you a little animation. I didn't even notice that before. There's always little things you have to look at. This reminds me of the way that the YouTube thumbnails are now. Okay, so let's do a cube spin. And I want to just see like, so in general you have like a few options. Start and end point. Let's make it like 3 seconds or 4 or whatever. And we'll do between clips first. Let's just look at some of the options and see what we've got here. So between clips, and it might be nice actually just to look at it in full screen. I don't know. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. The one thing I'm worried about is like, how do we bone fish? Yeah, I still haven't quite worked out. Second is in sword. Interesting. The combustive is the searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. My feeling is probably that doing between clips is maybe not the right option for this. Can we double click? Yeah, okay. Alignment would be, what would the left clip look at like that? So we just have it there. That's the wrong one, I think. Let's do alignment on the right clip. I think the alignment is on the right clip, especially the way I edit. I tend to sharply cut it right after I've said, like, you know, so for instance, I was just pointing out that there's like a fish there, and then I'm going to go to the overworld because I can't use the water in the nether, right? So if we look at what it might look like at this spot here, we'll just get to the point where I said that. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Like so. Yeah. It's a little bit long, but I think that's probably the right way to do it. Like if you look at the way this goes, is the searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Like so. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing that, like, I don't know, I don't think it really fits here, right, in general. I mean, I'm sure I could make it less. 1 second on cube spin does make it like a very different effect there, if you look at it. Searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Alright, let's, I want to actually get through quite a few of these, so let's, because potentially I could do Let's just zoom in a bit more here. And delete. Okay. So next up we've got the curtain effect. So you can actually specify where you want it in the timeline. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to put it on the right hand side. And let's see if the options are the same. What does this mean? Let's try. So we'll try and do something with the starting point. It looks like the options are basically the same. But I want to like get a feel for. That's gone in the middle. All right, we'll do it in the middle for now. I just want to see. This already looks good. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a. I think in terms of like. This really fits the biome change, right? In a way that the cube doesn't. The cube. If I had to, I think we have to see everything in Minecraft terms, right? If you're not doing a biome change, the cube might not be a bad option. It's like between scenes, there's certain things like you have to think how different is the scene, right? And that will dictate to you what the transition might be like. Because if you imagine this is the curtain, what appears behind the curtain is something unexpected, and that's certainly unexpected to see this here, right? What I'd like to do as well, though, is I want to see what is going. What is going on with this other section here? So if I use, can we make this? Okay, so this number, I think the end always has to be higher, right? Correct. And what if they're the same? Let's just see what happens if they're the same. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a. Okay, you don't really want to do that. There may be a way that is actually useful, but not obviously in this case. I'd have to really think like when we go through the different transitions, in which case that would be useful. Like if we did say 0 to 21 like that, so it could be a slight. The problem is I think it hangs, doesn't it? Fish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. That's not bad actually. That was what I was hoping would happen. I thought it would go there at the same speed, but what it actually does is it says that 3 seconds is from 0 to 21, and then it disappears. Because what you could you imagine if you did something like this? You could at this point, right? When it gets to the end of it, you could have like a flash of like covering the whole screen. That would give the impression that you're just removing the. Might be quite interesting that's something like if you wanted to combine effects. I'm at the moment, as you can probably tell, I'm at this stage where I'm just looking at the very basic stuff. But when we look at combining more stuff, it's definitely an option. Okay, so that's curtain. And yeah, we're just going to go through these things and we're going to try to. I don't know if I'll be able to think of like interesting stuff to say about each one, but we'll have a go, right? Doors now. Let's look at doors. Again, we'll do a 3 seconder. The thing is, I don't think a lot of these are going to have any different options. It's always going to be the same. Oh, okay, great. As soon as I say, all right, it doesn't. I'm happy though because at least we've got more stuff to play with, right? Okay, so doors has got border width, border color, reverse, and anti-aliasing quality. Haven't looked at reverse, but I don't know. But reverse is not the most hugely interesting option. We'll stick with 3 seconds and do it in the middle of the two. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as. Yeah, the thing about that, I don't really like that. Let's see if we can improve it though with maybe changing some of these options. Border width, let's ramp it up. What about with the... Okay, we need to make that much bigger. Can we make it 50? What about 200? 100 is max. And what if we made it the colour, like just a white colour, like the colour of the sky? Or like just, what about a nice, what would be like a really pleasant sky colour? If you're looking at the sky, just thinking like what would be the most pleasant colour to see the sky? It's somewhere around here, isn't it? I feel like you need a, is this luminance? That's weird how that changes that. Am I actually changing that or? Interesting. Let's just go with something like that. Creates a very different effect that. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. The render's not working properly. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. I wonder why that's not rendering properly. If I put it to, I wonder if I made that into the full screen thing, Imajig. You know what I really don't understand sometimes? Sometimes it feels like this is yeah, this button just disappears for some reason. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. It does seem to want to render that. Is there no way I could just render a certain section? Like this button, the render button. I mean, it's not that long. I wonder why it says... Hello and welcome to the Mod Spotlight for... Okay, so this is totally rendered now, is it? Is it though, I wonder? We'll find out. Is the searing swordfish. Oh, the combustive cod has the ability to be used as a... It's not bad, it looks better than it did before, right? Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as... What happens though if I change this to something else? I wonder if it was... It does look better, doesn't it, like that? You see, what was actually not a very good effect looks much better with a nice border like that. You know what would look cool is... you can't put a texture in this though, can you? Don't think so. Why do we reverse it? Let's try that. I'm just curious to see if that will still render. Oh, you see it's searing swordfish. The combustive... Wait a minute. So if I press render again, will that just render that section or no? Oh, it does. So it is able to at least recognize what has not been rendered. I'm amazed that this is so slow just to render that going backwards though. I wonder if like I think with like some experimentation we might be able to find like which ones will render more quickly. Hello and welcome to the Mod Spotlight for combustion. I wish it didn't do that, but it's not the worst thing. So we can see what it's like in reverse at this point, right? Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability... I think in reverse it's better. That's a better linking, right? So we'll remember that with doors. So yeah. So moral of the story, well, not really moral, but border width of 100, border color, and put reverse on. I wonder if we put high anti-aliasing quality on. Of course, this won't render now. Searing swordfish. So let's render that again. Interestingly, changing even though I changed it from whatever it was, which is either nothing or very, very low, and put it on high, it's actually rendering it more quickly than it did when I actually reversed the whole thing. So I think the important thing to realize is reverse. I guess it needs to redraw a lot of different frames. Hello and welcome to the Mod Spotlight 4. So let's have a look and see how could that have changed anything? Swordfish. The combustive cod is yeah, it's much cleaner on the lines, isn't it? Let's look at it in full size. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Okay, so what I think that's telling me is always use a high quality on that. Okay, so good. Let's move on to the next one. So after doors, we now have flip over. I mean, we can do it through. I think 3 seconds is enough. Any more options for this guy? What is this? It does seem to be some So flip over settings. We have bands and we have fill color. Let's have a look and see what it actually does, because this is one of those ones that you don't even look at. Let's just have a look. See what it looks like. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Okay, so this is another one that looks like it might be more. You need to make it a bit more complex for it to actually work properly. If we go to a custom, let's increase the number of bands first of all. That does. This one I don't think I need to worry too much about the rendering. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Okay. Now that is a cool effect. Wow. I really like that. Should we see what the render time on it is? Curious. Wow, super fast on the render, this one. Hello and welcome to the Mod Spotlight. That is cool. You're going to get a really crazy effect though, aren't you, if you do loads of this? What's the max here? 8. Okay. Fill color. We only have... We'll do something with the fill color in a minute, because this is going to be quite an interesting one for fill color. So the max is 8. Let's put Searing swordfish. Let's render that out in... Yeah, that's literally about 5 seconds. And that's the thing, like if you're working with it, like even though the other ones, like the doors, probably looks better, it will take a lot long. It's not gonna take me that long to render, I suppose. It depends though. Like this, actually, to be honest, is hello and welcome to the Mod Spotlight. Is more impressive. I wish I could change that. I might have to look into see if I can, after it renders, if you can change what actually happens. Is the searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used. It's very nice, isn't it? It's also an interesting way to I wonder, like, you know what else is interesting about this one? There's actually quite a lot of interesting things about this. If we made this, there's no way I need to get better at using the color picker and stuff like this. This is something which I'm really not that good at. Can I just what color am I looking at here on the background? It's kind of bright. Say this orange color. Will that let me just put it straight in without re-rendering? Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used. It's kind of an interesting one, isn't it? Or do you want this, or is the blue colour of the sky better here, I wonder? Go for a bit brighter, actually. There we go. Just want to see, like, it already applies it anyway. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. And the blue is actually darker than that. Just want to check it with this. It's not that colour. It's down here. This is something that some people can do really well. I wonder, like, I would love to know the percentage I'm off by. I don't feel like I'm that far off, but I imagine if you're really good with picking colours, you'd be like, oh, that's miles off. It doesn't seem like it to me, but it probably is. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. It's kind of interesting. It doesn't seem as bad, that one. The one before seemed worse. Anyway, I'm not going to render it, even though it does take like 5 seconds. We're going to move on to the next one. Okay, yeah. So next up we have fold up. Again, we're going to put it on about 3 seconds. Again, this looks pretty straightforward, this one. There is no settings on this guy. So let's just render it out. Pretty quick render again. Hello and welcome to the Mod Spotlight. It's very quick, that render, actually. I could turn off the audio, but it's not. I don't know. I don't care that much. I don't know how it appears in the video. Listening to me doing that little intro for 2 seconds. If you're watching like a video of 20 minutes long, every time I finish a render, it does that. Is the searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. I mean, that is a bit of a. Swordfish. Combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. This is one that I think would actually work better in reverse as well. Hello and welcome to the Mod. Is the searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Swordfish. It's crazy. What's interesting is how it does it. If you think about it, this is actually changing. If you imagine that as a piece of paper, it's actually changing the side of the piece of paper it's on. It doesn't really make sense. It's the same thing here. When it gets to this stage, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can see the real appeal of that one, to be honest. It may be some, but I can't really see it. Okay. So that was fold up, right? Okay, so next up we have spin. Alright, so what have we got on this one? Okay, so we've got similar options to, what was it, curtain or doors? Doors, right? So spinner's got the same options as doors. Let's have a look at it. Swordfish. The combustive cod. Let's make it a bit longer. I think you have to have like 3 seconds. 3 seconds to me seems like the perfect transition time, because you often. This is spin. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. I don't know, for that maybe 3 seconds isn't ideal actually. Spun do again. How does that work? What the hell? Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Oh, weird. It doesn't give me any indication it's doing that though. Why is that? Is the searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. I see. It's not actually doing it. What I mean is when you do the rotation, it does rotate it, right? But this whole section will be. Oh no, it's only in that clip. So you only actually rotate between one clip. You see, if I do a rotation again, that will reset it. And everything's fine. Okay, I didn't realise that. And you can see the whole render got messed up until the end of that clip. So it's doing the. Hello and welcome to the mod spotlight. I see. So we'll look at this in full size. Why not? Is the searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. Oh wait a minute. Like so. Oh, it's messed up. See, it'll cause more damage to entities. I messed it up. I did definitely mess it up, right? Oh, did it? You can see I also believe that bouncing on the lava, you can see that third cod there actually bounced on the lava towards me, even though I didn't necessarily pick it up when I retrieved the. You can also get bonefish. Searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. So I guess just we should check out the put the border width there. Just see if we can go any higher than 120. No. Let's do a yellow border for no reason, really. Yeah, the border really takes a long time to render there. Because it's doing frame by frame animation. I'm surprised it takes this long to do. I guess when you're dealing with like higher quality stuff and not just vector graphics, and welcome to the mods. Not just vector graphics, it probably does take longer. Is the searing swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used as a projectile. It does look good though. And again, this is one of those. I wonder if similar to doors, we're going to want to reverse that as well. Do reverse, high quality, and go. Let's have a look at that. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used. Swordfish. The combustive cod has the ability to be used. I do prefer it like this, like, because in a weird way, it's like there is no transition. And there's the chance that you'll be able to see like what's going on here more. I don't know. If I'm being completely honest, I think that spin and doors I would. So far, probably my favourite is flip over. I think that's got the coolest. And the fact that it's got like a blank background is really cool. It means you could easily put in a background there. You could find I'm sure there's a way I could combine it with another layer to put in a background. But yeah, that will do now for this. So we've done the first 6. We've got a few more to go here. I guess there's going to be quite a few episodes. Yeah, maybe. Thanks for watching.